Welcome to Troop Essentials Facilitator Training presented by Girl Scouts of Western New York Adult Development Department. By the end of this session, you will be able to describe the philosophy of adult development at Girl Scouts of Western New York, understand the basics of the Troop Essentials Facilitator position, understand basic concepts of adult learning styles, describe the nuts and bolts of facilitating a Troop Essentials session, and explain the process for reporting completed courses and trained volunteers. Here at Girl Scouts of Western New York, the Adult Development Department is responsible for ensuring our volunteers receive the training they need to deliver quality programs to girls in all pathways. In order to do this, we use a multi-pronged approach to trainings both inside and outside the classroom setting. To meet the needs of our diverse pool of volunteers, we offer a variety of training formats. New leader trainings such as Girl Scouting 101 and grade level are offered online, while Troop Essentials is a face-to-face class. First aid and CPR and troop camping trainings are a blend of classroom and hands-on experiences. Some courses are offered on demand, either as a video course, such as this one, or a face-to-face course that's arranged in advance, as is the case with service unit campout trainings. In addition to these offerings, we also present an annual enrichment conference, GSWNY, where the focus is on you, the volunteer, by offering workshops that enhance your skills as a volunteer and as an individual. We also provide print and web-based resources on our website and host monthly webinars on various topics of interest to volunteers and families. In addition to formal training opportunities, Adult Development works to connect volunteers to local resources for support. Service team members, especially Troop Essentials facilitators and GSLE coaches, play vital roles in ensuring volunteer success. No volunteer is ever alone in serving in their role, and that includes you. There are other volunteers as well as staff prepared to support you each step of the way. Check your service unit roster and our website staff directory to help you identify the person who can assist you in your needs. If ever in doubt, your membership manager is your first go-to person. To maintain and grow our volunteer base, we work to engage volunteers at all levels. We identify and promote opportunities throughout the year and invite all interested volunteers to join in. You can help your service unit by keeping tabs on where volunteers are at with their role, asking about re-registration for next year, pointing out when a volunteer would be a good fit for taking on additional roles or transitioning to a new role. You can also help retain girls by knowing who might be leaving a position and help to identify someone who can step into their place. As the Troop Essentials Facilitator, you serve at the beginning stage of a volunteer's service. You are an important player in helping our volunteers feel connected, supported, and valued. You are responsible for preparing troop leaders to deliver programs to girls. We know that when this course is facilitated effectively, leaders succeed and are more likely to return in following years. You are also responsible for reporting to the Council the names and contact information for the volunteers you train. We'll talk more about how to do that later in this session. If you ever have questions about the Troop Essentials course, please feel free to contact a member of the Adult Development Department. Understanding how your participants learn will help you in meeting their needs while facilitating. So before we get into what is covered during a Troop Essentials course, let's think about the participants as learners. Learning types vary by individual, and some people show more than one type depending on the content they're learning. Visual learners learn best by seeing new information. They prefer to read or see information in a written format or in graphics or pictures that represent information. They may follow along in a handbook or take detailed notes. Auditory learners learn best by hearing or saying new information. They may need to have information given to them orally rather than relying on reading or reviewing charts, and they might prefer to restate in their own words directions or information that's given to them. Kinesthetic learners prefer hands-on experience to learn and acquire new skills or information. They might doodle or some other hand activity while they process the information that's being presented, and they will process what to do by performing a task while receiving instructions. While the course content is scripted for Troop Essentials, how you present the information can be adapted to meet the needs of your participants. You may find at times that you will want to incorporate pictures, metaphors, anecdotes, or games into your session to help demonstrate a point. Just remember to keep it simple. There's a lot of information to cover in Troop Essentials, and you want to keep to the time allotted for the class. As you're getting ready to train new volunteers, there are a few things to consider. You will work closely with your service unit manager, organizer, and membership manager to ensure new leaders complete Troop Essentials training. Your membership manager will provide you with the names, contact info, and troops age level, if known, of approved volunteers who need to complete training. Choose a location that is convenient for you and your participants. This course could be facilitated in your home, around your kitchen table, or at your usual service unit event meeting, or even a local coffee shop. During peak periods, such as the fall and spring, you may find that you will have to schedule more sessions than in non-peak periods. Troops cannot meet until at least one approved volunteer has completed Troop Essentials training. Therefore, it is important to offer a variety of times and dates to ensure troops get started in a timely manner. So what materials will you need to facilitate this course? You will receive one per person a Troop Essentials folder packet, which includes the Volunteer Quick Start Guide, details on everything that you'll be covering in the course, a Volunteer Essentials handbook, training card, and sample forms that leaders can use, such as the membership registration forms, some finance resources, including a letter to open a bank account, product program information, and emergency procedures. In addition to this, you'll also receive one per troop program guide, shop catalog, fun patch catalog, and new for 2014-2015, a new troop welcome gift, a gift certificate for one Girls Guide to Girl Scouting for new troops. You'll receive a Troop Essentials Facilitator packet, which includes a course outline, a sample packet of materials for you to use during the training, rosters to report back on who participated in your session, as well as detailed instructions on how to distribute and record who receives the new Troop Welcome Gift Certificates. If you have any questions about these items, you can talk to your membership manager or a member of the Adult Development Department. If possible, have a few samples of girl and adult books for the appropriate grade level. If your service unit does not have any, contact your membership manager to see if there are some available for loan for your session. A few pens and some scrap paper might come in handy in case a participant forgets to bring some with them. Let's review some tips for facilitating a Troop Essentials session. Troop Essentials is designed to provide a leader with the information she or he will need to know in order to get their troop up and running. Kick off a positive experience, create a welcoming environment, and show your enthusiasm. You might be tempted to share everything you know about Girl Scouts, but remember, these are brand new volunteers. In this course, we'll focus on the things they must know now. Avoid information overload by saving the extra good-to-know details for later. As part of your facilitator packet, you'll receive a course outline providing details on the objectives for the course. By the end of a Troop Essentials session, participants should be able to describe what makes the Girl Scout experience special, recognize Volunteer Essentials as the primary resource for Girl Scouts of Western New York volunteers, explain how to recruit girls for the troop, find how many volunteers are required based on the number of girls, identify how to secure a meeting site, plan a parents' meeting, identify safety guidelines for planning activities, name resources to use in meeting programming, create a plan for the first few meetings, explain the financial guidelines for troop leaders, and know where to find additional resources for support. Once you complete the objectives, it's time to wrap it all up. Explain to the participants what the training card is and how it is used. Remind them to keep it in a safe place, as they will be asked to provide a copy when requesting council properties, taking their troop camping, or traveling with girls. Be sure to sign their card for this session. Point out their to-dos. Working through the leader checklist and grade level training are next. Provide them with the contact info for service team members not mentioned earlier in the session. Notify your GSLE coach and service unit manager of the participants who have completed training so they may follow up with a welcome and offer support. Scan the roster and send to the Adult Development Department via email to terosters@gswny.org. This is an important step. Without the roster, we have no way to confirm new leaders have completed the required training in order to meet with girls. If you do not have access to a scanner or fax, we'll be happy to provide postage paid envelopes for you to mail in the roster. Just be sure to let your membership manager know you'll need one when you request your materials. If there were questions you needed to follow up on, do so within a few days. Otherwise, check in 1 to 2 weeks following the session to see how things are going. Here are some simple steps for good course facilitation. Choose an appropriate time and location for the session. Offer a few training dates to meet the needs of the most number of participants. Troops cannot meet until leaders complete this training, so be sure to offer it frequently enough so that girls are not waiting a long time and lose interest. Select a convenient site that's accessible, offers adequate parking, and is free from distraction. Value the time of the group. As much as possible, start and end on time. Keep side notes and off-topic conversations to a minimum by suggesting to follow up on the discussion after the session. Introduce yourself and assess the needs of the group. Determine how many have completed other trainings. Have they had their parent meeting yet? Do they have other Girl Scout experience? Tailor your focus to meet their needs. Follow the outline and cover only the must-knows. You have lots of valuable knowledge, but if you share it all the first day, they may get the idea that this position is too challenging for them. Provide some answers, but point them in the direction of where to find the answer when they will need it. It's better to offer a general answer and whom to contact for more details than to give every bit of knowledge on a topic, especially if it relates to something they won't need to handle right now. With everything else they are thinking about, they may not remember the information, and too much information can be overwhelming. Ensure participants leave energized and ready to take on their roles. You are your service unit welcome wagon. Be positive about the roles they will play and the impact they will make on girls' lives. Be sure to thank them for stepping up to take the position. Lastly, follow up with paperwork and any questions or concerns. Ensure they are off and running. Be sure to sign their training cards and submit a copy of the roster to the Adult Development Department. Send follow-up emails or calls with unanswered questions. Check in to see how they are doing and that they have connected with other service team members. You are one part of the web of support. You can check in at service unit meetings, introduce them to other leaders, and ask how things are going. This concludes Troop Essentials Facilitator training. Let's take a look at your next steps to get started. Notify your membership manager that you have completed training. This way, she will know that you are ready to get started. Contact your service unit manager. Ask about attending service team meetings, and ask for a few minutes at the next service unit meeting to introduce yourself to everyone, talk about your new role, and what they can do to support you. And finally, start facilitating. Once you've had a chance to review all the materials in the Troop Essentials Facilitator packet, you can begin to hold sessions with new volunteers. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact the Adult Development Department at training@gswny.org. Thank you for volunteering to be a Troop Essentials Facilitator, and good luck.